Hello. How's it going? Good morning. If you want to call it morning. I don't know. So, how we doing today, guys? I'm just kind of here.
My competitors think I have a 10-person team, but in reality, I'm just one guy with an AI employee. When you're a solo founder, the job titles stack up fast. You're the CEO, the sales team, the project manager, the assistant, the entire engine behind the business. And no matter how many hours you put in, something always slips through the cracks. There just aren't enough hours in the day, and the weight of doing everything makes it hard to move forward. So I gave Emotion's AI employees a try. Not another chat box to manage or intern.
Hello, welcome to this joining. Hello. Welcome. How we doing? So, I'm typing, obviously. I'm open to answering questions, I guess, but, like, you have to ask. You have to be like, hey, can I get a carpool? Or if you want to just hang out, I guess, I don't know. That's also an option. Cheshire? Are you a Cheshire cat? I remember I was reading some books earlier this year, and it was two random books, and they both mentioned Cheshire cats. And now you randomly have Cheshire in your username. That's interesting. Thank you for tapping the screen. I do appreciate that. You're awesome for that. LOL, you said meow. Nico's joining. Hello, hello. I'm kind of typing if you didn't notice. I'm typing some stuff. If you want to hang out, that's cool. If you like a card pull, that's cool. Just make sure you ask and tap the screen. If you have a question, you can ask. I don't know. Hey Kaylee, you little blonde. I don't mean to call you little. I didn't mean to sound condescending. That wasn't supposed to be condescending. Yeah, I can pull you a card. I'm gonna be lazy though. I'm gonna pull from the Believe in Your Own Magic deck. For those joining, you're welcome to ask whatever sort of question you want. Just make sure you tap the screen. That's all I really ask. Tap the screen and don't be a weirdo. I don't know. But if you are a weirdo, it's okay. There's no hate. This is for Cheshire. This is for Cheshire. I'm going in order that I saw the comments, so don't think I'm ignoring you. What's the message for Cheshire? What does Cheshire need to hear? We have confidence. It takes time and patience. Also thorns. Weave together the crown you deserve. So there's something about having the confidence to like create your reality and to make things how you want it to be, and like knowing that it takes time and effort. Like, you know, you don't just become the boss and like overnight. Like it takes time, it takes effort, it takes, you know what I mean? Consistency, dedication, all that stuff, all that jazz. So that's the message for you. Also, if you want to see, she is traveling, so travel could be relevant for you, Cheshire. She's like going somewhere. She's riding off into the sunset or something, you know. For those asking fertility questions, why do you do this to me? What's going on with Jordan? Oh shit. Jordan says, why does everybody wanting to know if they're pregnant? Let's take a pregnancy test. Is Jordan pregnant? Is Jordan gonna find out that she's pregnant? Can I get a clear yes or no, please? Can I get a clear yes or no? Clear, accurate yes or no? We have the Seven of Wands, Two of Swords, the Moon. I didn't mean to pull so many cards, but this could be... I feel like with the Moon card, this could be a yes, but with just this, I feel like it's a no. Once again, you should go get a pregnancy test. For everyone asking about a baby, that's my... like, what? I might work with Aphrodite, but like I don't feel comfortable answering fertility questions. Lala, does Lala have a baby on the way? I'm gonna just answer the questions, but like just take it with a grain of salt, okay? What's going on with Lala? Pregnancy. We have Page of Cups and the Fool. Ooh, that could be a yes. I think that's a yes. And then we have the Six of Cups too. I think that's a yes. You probably do have a baby on the way, but you should get a pregnancy test and make sure you're eating well and all that jazz. Will Oscar end up coming back to your life? Persian cat. We have two cats here. Good evening. Thank you for those tapping the screen once again. I do appreciate that. Will Oscar end up coming back into your life? Also, I can't see any new comments, so don't think I'm ignoring you. I'm just going in order that I can see comments, okay? I'm sorry. What's going on with Oscar? Is Oscar gonna come back? Is Oscar gonna come back? We have the Strength card, most likely. King of Wands, Strength, most likely. Most likely. Oh, Lauren, that was your name. I'm sorry. I'm always on the bus. It looks like me. I'm screaming. I'm just seeing that. I'm sorry. I'm going in order that I see comments. Aw, does your grandpa miss you? And will we reconnect in a good way? No, he's turned evil and he's gonna like ruin your life, obviously. That's unfortunately how that goes when people die. I'm joking. Maybe that's his sense of humor. We have the Queen of Cups and the Eight of Wands. Also the Hierophant. Will you reconnect in a good way? Most likely, yeah. And I feel like it'll be actually sooner than you think, to be honest. Does your ex miss you even though she has a new girl? Does Sarah's ex miss her? You're lesbian, Sarah? That's interesting. Does Sarah's ex miss her? What's going on with Sarah's ex? Can I get a clear yes or no? Oh. Two cups and the Four of Cups at the top of the deck. What is that? Yeah, I do think they miss you. I'm not gonna say the rest of what I feel came through. I'm gonna say it anyway. Take it with a grain of salt. I do think she misses you, but there's also something about being bored with her current girlfriend. I usually don't read into energy like that, but that is a message that is coming through very clearly with the Eight of Swords and the Four of Cups. But yeah, that's what I have for you, Sarah. And like, I do think she misses you. Marco is Berenice. What? Marco Polo. I don't know what you mean though. I don't need to know what you mean. I'm gonna answer the question. Is Berenice out right now? I have no idea what you're talking about. But like out as in out of the closet, out as in like having a good time. Like what does that mean? High Priestess, Four of Wands. I guess that's a yes. I guess this is a yes. I don't know what that means though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna. He's alive. Oh, he's alive. Fuck me. Well, good for him. I'm glad that he. I'm screaming. Four of Cups, missed opportunities or stubbornness. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's one interpretation of the Four of Cups. I usually read the Four of Cups as boredom, stagnancy. You know what I mean? Out and about. Oh, I'm finally down at the bottom of the comments. It always stresses me out when I can't see the new comments. I'm like, what the heck? But yeah, and now I'm done answering questions, so I'm like, I don't know what to do now. What do I do? Just kidding. Yamaleth gave me another question. Should you move on from Michael? Yeah, you should throw Michael down a pair of stairs. A pair of stairs? Is that a possibility? Can you have a pair of stairs? What's going on with Michael? Can I get some clear, accurate information? Should she move on from Michael? Should she move on? Oh shit, yeah. You should move on so hard and move on towards your goals, towards your ambitions, if you have any, towards your passions. You know what I mean? Move on from this, Michael. Don't throw him down any stairs. That was a joke. But, like, it definitely seems like it would be a good idea to move on. Especially if he gives you a lot of anxiety. Yeah. Yeah. Moving on would be a good idea. Kaylee, is Max gonna unblock you soon? Technically, this is your second question. But, you said it'd be... If you throw him down the stairs, don't do it because I said it, because legally I'm not supposed to, obviously I'm not supposed to just suggest that. But hey, good night, or good morning, what? What's going on with Max? Is Max gonna unblock Kaylee? Officially, if you want to ask more than one question, either become a member of the Patreon or like send me $1 million. Are they gonna unblock you soon? Most likely. Maybe they'll even send you some money. I don't know. Page of Swords, Six of Pentacles. I didn't get my first one answered. Are you sure? I'm pretty sure I answered you. I remember saying your name. I remember I called you the little blonde girl. I don't know. Maria, anything from your dad? Let's see. Actually, I'm gonna pull from the past life deck because that makes sense. Anything from Mariah the Scientist's dad? Just kidding, not Mariah the Scientist, just this Mariah in front of me, obviously. What's going on with Mariah's dad? Can I get some clear, accurate information? Clear message, please. Anything that is relevant? If I can, like, actually get a card out, that'd be really cool. I don't usually use this deck. This is not a deck that I use often. We have Atlantis and Vows. There could be something about a broken promise. We have Vows and Atlantis. There could be something about a broken promise. I don't know what that's about. Can I get confirmation, please, about that? Interesting. And then the more I pull, we have ships in Egypt, so there's something about traveling, leaving away from some sort of location or some place. I I don't know all the details. I'm getting like it in fragments, so if that doesn't make sense, I don't know. But yeah, that's what I have for you, Mariah. Sorry if that wasn't super clear. Does Ian love you, and will he call you just soon? I don't know. What's going on with Ian and Evelyn? Don't doubt your worth is the card that comes out. I'm gonna pull another card from the tarot. Does Ian love you? And will he call you soon? What's going on with... What if I tell you no? Like... Okay, I'm gonna just say this generally. If it doesn't resonate, whatever, I'm gonna say this. We have the Ten of Wands, the Star. I feel like, I'm not gonna say he doesn't love you, but I feel like generally this Ian character is very burdened. He's dealing with a lot of stress, a lot of issues. Will he call you soon? Probably, most likely. But I want to say something. And this might offend somebody. I don't know. Hopefully not. It shouldn't. But like, also I can't see any new comments, so I'm sorry. I'll get back to answering questions. Wait, what? Okay, because I've noticed a pattern, and like it's really frustrating as the reader. It's like sometimes people come in and they ask questions, and like in the back of my head I'm like, are you asking because you want a specific answer? Because then if I give you the answer that comes through, it's like you don't respond, you don't say thank you, or like, you know, you're just like, okay, bye. And I'm like, okay, so obviously you didn't want to hear that, right? And it's like, why did you ask the question? Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. You know what I mean? Like, genuinely, like, you're like, does he love me? And if I tell you no, it's like, oh, that's not the truth. Why did you ask me? Why did you ask me? You know what I mean? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, Destiny. Also, your name is spelled uniquely. That makes a lot of freaking sense. You're awesome for saying that. Thank you, I don't understand that either. What are your grandma's true intentions with you? What's Destiny's grandma's true intentions? I'm gonna pull from the past life deck and see what comes through. Can I get some clear, accurate information, please? What is I'm also curious. I'm being nosy by answering this question. What is your true intention? No, get it. I'm sorry. I'm silly. What is Destiny's grandma's true intentions? What does she want? What does she want? Oh. Oh wow, that's very clear. Thank you. We have transportation. Also leaving or travel. And then trust and faith. So I feel like I'm speaking from her higher self. So however her human self decides to show up, I don't know about that. But like her higher self wants you to have trust in yourself and have faith that, like, it seems to be like a situation where you're being called to like leave or like travel somewhere. I don't know all the details, obviously. Lessons and blessings. And like her higher self wants you to really, you know, have faith, have trust in the process and all that jazz. You know what I mean? Once again, whatever her human self is, I don't know. So if her human self is really terrible, I don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah, I feel you on that. Hey, yellow boy, Mike, what's going on? I'm sorry, I'm like laughing at myself. Wanted to leave, but yeah, shadow work is definitely a thing. We are really bestie, but I felt he had some type of attachment, so that is why I was asking. I don't remember what your question was, to be honest. Oh. Yes. Yes. I'm sorry. Guys not letting me leave until they're done. That's so funny. It's not funny, but it relates. It resonates. Oh my gosh, you just got dumped. Oh my goodness, isn't that amazing? Isn't that an amazing feeling, right? Yes, you think grandma, you think of homemade cookies, not this one. Oh. I didn't read that comment until just now. Yeah, I feel you. But once again, the higher aspect of it, like, I think that's what it is. Will you and Maya get back together? I don't know, let's see. Will Maya and Maya, Maya and Miguel get back together? Remember that show? Maya and Miguel? It was basically like Dora, but for like older kids. I don't know. It's one with Maya and Miguel. We have lessons and blessings in love life. Ooh, period. I think yeah. I would say yeah, most likely. Wisdom. If not, there's a lesson here, is what it's saying. If not, there's a lesson. Like, I don't know. I don't know all the details, but it seems like this connection is actually very powerful. And it's like one of those ones where it's like, if you don't get it right, hopefully you get it tight for the next time, right? You know? But yeah, that's what I have for you, Michael. Did you do the oh my god. Now we're not speaking because I played him and said to him I was getting married. I'm freaking screaming, Evelyn. What the heck? That's funny. Should you get in a relationship with Thomas? Thomas the engine? Thomas the train? What's going on? Why am I using this deck? Is it a good idea for Hope to get into a relationship with Thomas? Also, let me real quick. Let me just... I can't see any new comments. It says like 13 new comments. I'm sorry. What's going on with Hope and Thomas? Should she get into a relationship with Hope and Thomas? Ooh. Oh, we have spouse and male and female. Health. That kind of gives me a weird feeling. Should Hope get into a relationship with Thomas? Is that a good idea? Is that a good idea? It's not a bad idea. We have the Moon card, the Seven of Swords. There could be some things. I know I just mentioned shadow work. Somebody just mentioned shadow work. So there could be some unresolved stuff that needs to be resolved. But like, do whatever you want, I guess, free will. But like, there definitely seems to be some things that need to be addressed. The elephants in the room. You know? Will you find a man? I don't know. I'm sorry, there's so many comments. Okay, I scrolled all the way down in the comments. Now I feel weird. Because I'm like, what? There was that urgency and it was like... As a tarot reader, take my advice. Find one yourself if you're not achieving in that field. Oh, period. Hey, Isabel. How's it going? What? You're gonna be pals? I'm screaming. Oh, yeah, you are spamming. What the heck? There's so much going on in the comments. I do like astrology. Astrology is pretty groovy. What if I did a collective? I'm gonna do a collective because I want to, and because I don't feel like answering individual questions anymore. I appreciate you, Destiny. You seem pretty groovy. Okay, I'm gonna do a collective. Let's see what happens. Let's see what energy wants to cut through. I'm not the best. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not the best at doing collectives. I'm not that good at doing collectives when it's live. I do them on videos all the time, but like when it's live, it's very different because it's very chaotic. Thank you for the roses. I do appreciate that. But allow me to tune into the energy, please. Allow me to provide clear and concise messages. Anything that needs to be said, needs to be heard. Please allow me to share the things. Okay, so the first card out is number 5. Stars. You can manifest your every wish. So there could be some really big things that you're manifesting right now. And we have Witch/Justice is coming. And there's this energy of balance and making sure to balance out your energy, making sure that you are practicing moderation. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, you know? And so there's that energy. There's that energy of being mindful of how much of your energy is going in any given direction. Like, you know, too much is still too much. Like, too much of a good thing is still too much, you know what I mean? And so, whoever this is for, it's just like the energy of like, you're already putting in the work, you're already doing the thing, and it's like just kind of allowing it to kind of flow, allowing things to balance out, you know what I mean? Like, even if you don't immediately see the results that you seek, the fact that you're putting work towards it is a very powerful thing. For some of you, there is a thing about standing up for yourself, or like speaking up for yourself with bitch fire. Stand up for yourself, number 16. Alternatively, I feel like this is about bridges. Which girlie? I feel like this is also about burning bridges. There's like something about burning bridges coming through. What's going on? What's going on for whoever's here? I imagine, well, let me not say that. We have vows coming through. I just pulled this from somebody. The same message is coming through when I was pulling for them. I didn't really say the full message of what I was hearing, but there was a message about the arts and vows. Like somebody, it's more of a soul contract sort of energy. Like somebody in the spirit, at least, promising. Okay, take this with a grain of salt. If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. But it's like the energy of somebody promising to dive into their creativity and to learn how to express themselves creatively, and kind of like needing to get back on track with that. Yeah, because like then we have imprisonment, slavery / baby. So there could have been somebody having a baby that kind of distracted them from that, from being super creative. Alternatively, they could have just felt trapped with where they were, location wise, and that's a thing. I'm gonna pull from the Romance Angels deck. But yeah, whoever this is for, I do feel like, I mean, if you're watching this, if you're listening to the sound of my voice, you are very, like, you're in the right direction. You know, what's going on for... Okay, I'm going to read this in a non-romantic context because I want to. We have calling in your soulmate. Oh, and then soulmate again. Religious factors. So I'm not reading this in a romantic context, but if it happens to resonate in a romantic context, that's awesome. So calling in your soulmate, I feel like this is just reiterating the stars energy, like calling in whatever it is that you're calling in. And understanding that your prayers, your affirmations, and visualizations do help you get closer to where you're trying to be. Like, even if it doesn't always feel that way, even if it doesn't always seem that way, you know what I mean? For some of you, you could be wondering about a soulmate. You could be kind of on the fence about whether or not somebody is a soulmate. The titles kind of get us tripped up, I feel like. A lot of the times we like get so hung up on like twin flame and soulmate, and like sometimes it just muddies the water because it's like, does it matter that they're a soulmate? They're still like lying to you and like being really evil, like even if they are a soulmate, you know what I mean? If that resonates, you know what I'm talking about. But also we have religious factors, and so that is a thing. Spiritual energy playing a factor in your romantic life. Once again, I'm not really reading these in a romantic context right now, but as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So there's that energy of like having really strong spiritual energy and like being aware of that, and like not taking it personal when people don't want to be with us. Oh my god, I'm getting the imagery of a child like on the playground being like, why don't you want to play with me? Why don't you want to play with me? It's really sad. But yeah, it's like the energy of like not getting offended when people don't want to, like, because it's like you have very strong energy. It's like, of course not everybody wants to hang out with you. You literally change people's lives. It's like, and you do it without trying, you know what I mean? And so it's the energy of just like understanding that and being like, it is what it is. Like, if you don't want to hang out with me, I get it. Like I feel like somebody's really coming to terms with that, like really recently. Like, it's just like, I get it. I was sad about it before, but I get it. You know what I mean? I don't know who that is. So it's definitely somebody very strong. Because I mean, as a person who's answered a lot of romantic questions and like love questions, that's one thing I've noticed. It's like a lot of the times when people have issues with like relationships, that's one of the biggest reasons. It's because you don't realize how strong your energy is. I know. Well, I'm sure some of you probably saw that one guy talking about how like he's very intentional about relationships, and like I've been thinking about that for a long time, and he like articulated it really well. Like the notion that like some people, a lot of people who are like in tune with spirituality, like they have very strong energy, and so it's not, you can't just have casual relationships. You can't just have like, oh, we're just gonna have a good time, because that's not in your DNA. That's not who you are. You know what I mean? Like for some of you, that is a message that's coming through. It's like you need to understand that. Like you need to really understand that your energy is really powerful, and it's not something to just be played with. It's not just something to be like casual fun. You know what I mean? But moving on from that energy, what other messages want to come through? If anything, I guess I could do closing messages. Yeah, I could do closing messages. Once again, like I started this off with, you can manifest anything that you put your mind to. Anything that you put your heart into is possible. You know what I mean? With the right amount of consistency and all that jazz. And you might be facing a lot of resistance. I get it. But like, once again, like, you were the operant power. Don't forget that. I think Neville Goddard says that. I don't know. That you're the operant power, or you're meant to be the operant power of your own life. So, yeah. Know that miracles happen all the time. Know that Jesus loves you. And no storm lasts forever. And yeah, that has been a collective. Woo, I did it. Once again, I'm not that good at doing collectives. I feel like I always end up going all over the place, and it's like really messy, and I'm like, oh, is this even helpful? But thank you for those tapping the screen. Destiny, I do appreciate your presence. You're pretty groovy. I hope I said something useful. I hope that was helpful. You know what I mean? Awesome. That last message, though, that was like, that's an annoying message. Like, because I've been sitting with that message for like the last couple months, I think, and it's just like, what do you mean? What do you mean I can't just have fun? I mean, not to say that you can't have fun. Play is really important when it comes to spirituality, but like, you know, like casuality is not really a thing. Casual energy. I need to like make a response video or something to that video, because like it really like resonated with me, the way he said it. Like that's not why the message was coming through, but that's what I thought about when I was pulling the cards. It was like, you know. Anyways, how are we doing tonight? Have we been hydrating? Are you hydrating? Are you taking care of your vessel tonight? I'm not for that casual. 8th house stellium. Ooh, period. Yeah, 8th house is crazy energy. 4th house, 12th house, and 8th house are all crazy. I have 12th house stellium. Granted, it's in the earth energy, which makes it kind of complicated, but same difference. You know? Welcome to those joining. How we doing today? What's up, what's up? Have not been hydrating. Oh no, you should maybe do that. You said the opposite. What is the opposite? Does the opposite mean smoking relentlessly? Oh my. Yeah, you should definitely drink some water, because crying definitely takes out. I actually I talked to ChatGPT about it. I was like, why should you drink water after being emotional? And it's because emotions require water. It requires, you know, it requires energy. And obviously water is energy, and so when you drink more water, you're putting more energy into your body, and it's like you're refilling your cup, you know? It keeps muting certain comments, and I love that for me, because then I can pretend certain things. I'm sorry though. I feel for you. I definitely feel for you. They're gonna be friends. Instead of lovers, they're gonna be friends. That's what it is. For anybody who couldn't see the comment that got muted, because it muted the comment really ran. I don't know why it muted that comment. We can't be friends, though I'd like to just pretend. You cling to your papers and pens. Wait until you like me again. I'll wait for your love. Your love. She's crying because she got dumped. It's a really sad situation. Sarah, I love you so much. Your determination to have your card pull is amazing. I didn't mean to ignore you earlier. There was just a lot going on. I guess I could pull you a card from the Believe in Your Own Magic deck, real quick. What's going on for Sarah? What does Sarah need to hear right now? If you'd like, I could channel something for you, Isabel, but there's also part of me that's hesitant to do so. What's going on with Sarah? Oh! This is not supposed to be in here. This is not the correct card. Frick. That's the Vows card in the wrong deck. I don't know why that was, how I got that into there, but what's going on for Sarah? What did we make? What is that? What was that about? Was that relevant? I don't know. What's going on for Sarah? What does Sarah need to hear right now? Ooh. Endings are inevitable. Release your guilt. So there could be a connection that's coming to an end, and you're being asked to not feel super guilty about it. And I could go into the details as to why you shouldn't feel super guilty about it, like on an energetic level, on a spiritual level, but like, you know what I mean? Because everything is energy. Everything is energy. Every feeling is energy. Every thought is energy. And certain energies aren't really good. You know what I mean? Like, certain energies are not really productive, and you know, it's okay to feel your feelings. Yes, that was very valid, but like, once again, certain feelings, certain emotions are not good for us. You know, like shame, maybe in small doses, but like when you hold on to shame, it really does something negatively to your energy, to your aura. So, you know, feel your feelings, yes, but also understand that like certain feelings are, like, I'm trying not to explain it too, like, too closely, but it's like, I'm just gonna say it generally. If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. If you think I sound crazy, I don't care. But there are energies that exist that want you to feel shameful, that want you to feel guilty. You know what I mean? They feed off of that. And so when you lean into that energy, like, you're just feeding the demons. You know what I mean? And you can do that consciously, but when you're not conscious of that, like, it drains you. And so, like, something to be aware of, like, when you're feeling different feelings about certain situations and it feels confusing and you're like, why am I feeling this? Why I shouldn't be feeling this, you know? Consider that, like, there are energies that want you to feel negatively, you know what I mean? So be mindful of that. Your brother Zach, what about your brother Zach? He wants you to feel guilty, or you feel guilty about your brother. Also, once again, as I shuffle again, release your guilt. Because it's okay to care. It's okay to care about other people, and, like, you know what I mean? It's actually kind of better if you do care, but, like, you shouldn't allow that care to, I mean, because also it obviously depends situation to situation, and relationships are an inconvenience for the most part. Like, you should be inconvenienced by your relationships, but to some degree, sometimes you have to draw clear boundaries. You have to draw clear lines. He wants you to feel guilty for choosing yourself. Yeah. I feel that for sure. And it's just like, no, I won't, because what the heck? And like for me at least, I'll say like I can't be of service if I can't help myself. Like, you know what I mean? I can't help anybody else if I'm like feeling some type of way. You know what I mean? For those joining, I'm sorry if I happen to ignore you. I'm not necessarily ignoring you. I just can only do so much at one time. Does Dustin have feelings for you? I have no idea, bubs. I could pull you a Romance Angels card, I guess. Does Dustin have feelings for Marilyn? What's going on for Marilyn? Can I get some clear, accurate information for Dustin? Forgiving and learning, worth waiting for. There's something about the past. Like, I feel like he's not completely over a situation, or maybe you're not over a situation. I feel like it's more so Dustin. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Like, it seems like he might be holding on to something from the past. Obviously, I don't know the details. What's going on for Isabel? Can I get some loving message for Isabel about her situation? Anything that could bring comfort, bring hope, etc., etc. What's going on for Isabel in regards to this breakup? I don't wanna break with your head. It's breaking my heart to keep breaking yours again. Something like that. Remember to practice self-love. That's the first card that comes out. Very cheesy, right? And then we have your potential is endless. And I've said this to you before, and I'm gonna say this to you again, Isabel. I don't know why this accent is coming out. But you, my friend, you have a lot of potential. You have a lot of like potential energy. And I feel like to some degree you keep distracting yourself. You keep focusing on these relationships as a way to like distract yourself from the amazingness that you are and can be. You know what I mean? And maybe you don't see it that way. Maybe you don't agree. But like, you know what I mean? It's just like I don't know you personally. Like I only know you from like seeing you in my comments and whatnot. But it's like when I read your energy, it's like I can tell like you have a lot of potential. Like you have a lot to, you know what I mean? And it's just like these dudes that you date, it's just like because there is a message coming through about like, do these dudes like directly support your creativity, and like do they egg you on? Do they like, you know what I mean? Right, exactly. From Rochi, man. Not Rochi, I'm screaming. But like, you know, do they support your creativity? Do they encourage you to like be the best version of yourself? You know, these are questions to consider when you're trying to date somebody. Like, because like I said before, like it's not casual energy. It's not like this is a spiritual space. I would hope that we're all trying to be spiritual and trying to be, you know what I mean? And when you have that sort of energy, like you're not for everybody. You can't be for everybody. You can't just date casually. You can't just, I mean, you could do whatever you want, free will, but it's something that is very destructive. You know, like in the long term, it's very destructive to just date casually, just have friends casually. Because, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to explain. I feel like you already kind of get what I'm saying. A Sag. Oh my god, a Sag with an 8th house. That's crazy. Give me a second. I'm gonna, like... Give me a second. Or a couple seconds. Got a boy back home in Michigan, and he tastes like Jack when he's kissing him, or when I'm kissing him. I followed you on my other page. I hope that's not weird. That's where I usually post tarot stuff. I don't post that stuff here. I used to, actually. This song, oh my god, I love this song. Anyways, Sun, Pluto, and Venus Vag is a blessing but a curse. Remember Monk? Also, Isabel, I'm sorry. I don't know. 333 on the clock. I don't know. I guess, could I say this generally? I'm not talking about, well, oh god, fuck. Now I feel like I can't say this without implicating myself in some way. I'm gonna say this generally. Should I say this? I don't know. Should I say this? I'm scared. Because I'm not trying to direct this towards anybody. I'm just talking like what's in my head. Because I don't want to believe that anybody is a lost cause. I don't want to believe that anybody is like, you know, oh my god, the emojis. I don't like believing that. But that doesn't mean it's not true. Just because I don't want to believe it does not make it not true. But one thing I've observed is that there are a lot of people in the world who, yes, who really allow our shadows to get the best of us. People who, like, say they want better for themselves, but then, like, aren't willing to put in the effort. You know what I mean? And it's, like, really sad. Like, because it's like, you could be so great, you could be so amazing if you just put in the effort, if you just let go of certain things, you know what I mean? Like, stop listening to certain people, stop looking for validation, stop searching for validation. Like, you don't need that. Like, just exist and appreciate who you are as you are, you know what I mean? It's so sad. Like, I'm like, part of me is like getting emotional saying it, because it's just like, I've met so many really awesome people, and it's just like, so many people who just like victimize themselves and like make everything a problem. And it's just like, you know why? You don't have to do that. Like, you know how amazing you are. You know how many people like love you and like want the best for you, and you're like over here self-sabotaging and like doing all that, and like, I get it, but it's just like, you know, it's different if you're a victim to a situation, but then people who make themselves, yeah, exactly. I was piggybacking off of what you were saying when I said victimize, because it's just like, come on, man, you could do so much goodness in the world, or not even goodness. If you don't care about goodness, I don't know, but you could do so many like great things. Like, you could be such a powerful person if you just stopped listening to certain people, if you stopped holding on to certain things, you know. Like, I've had my heart broken a lot. I've fell in love a lot, like, and more often than not, when those happen, when I get my heart broken, I use that as like a catalyst to move forward. Like, I don't just sit in that. Like, I write a song about it, I do something about it, like, and I move forward, you know. It sucks when somebody turns out to not be somebody that you want them to be, but it is what it is. After a while, you just have to learn, you know. You just have to adapt and try to do better. Also, please drink water. I don't even know if she's still here, but if you are crying that much, like, it would be a really good idea to drink some water. Because there's a difference, like, that dehydration, you know what I mean? But anyways, I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to... You are still here. Oh my god, Isabel. I thought you had left. What? Yeah, of course. Yeah, I resonate with that part too. I don't want to comment on that. I don't want to say that out loud, but I resonate with that too. And I think the worst part about it is that, like, I don't know your situation, but like, it's also just like, because she's not all terrible, you know what I mean? Like, in different ways, like, she's pretty groovy, you know what I mean? But it's just like, not to me though. Not to me. Because other life stuff, you know, and it just sent me over the edge. Yeah. Yeah, the jealousy and the envy and all that stuff. And it's just like, if you could just admit to it, if you could just like own up to what you're feeling, then we could move past it. But you refuse to acknowledge it. You're just like, no, I'm not jealous. I'm not. Okay. Okay. Sure. Sure. Whatever you say. Whatever you say. I really wasn't expecting to be on here that long, to be honest. And I'm scared I'm gonna get restricted if I stay on too long, so I'm gonna actually get off. This was really nice. I really appreciated this session. I hope that this was overall helpful to whoever's here. If you want to follow, that'd be cool. For those who already did follow, you're awesome. Thank you. For those who tapped the screen and all that jazz, you're awesome. And keep your head up. Drink water and stay groovy. Isabel, it'll be okay. Everything's temporary. It'll be okay. I love you. Bye. Oh my god, if I can end the live. Oh my gosh. I couldn't click the button. Live. Oh my gosh. I couldn't click the button.